Are you hungry?
Give me something good.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of Görgött. I was at a restaurant in Stockholm this summer called Frantzén, and there I ate something amazing. So I'm going to try to recreate it. It's not going to be the same ingredients because I'm not sure how they did it. It's basically based on kind of a Chinese steamed egg dish, which is more of a breakfast thing in China, but we're going to do it. So it's steamed egg with mussels and some chives and some different oils. But before we have a look at what we have here on the board, please do me the favor, support the channel if you're not doing so yet by clicking the subscribe button and checking the bell icon to get notifications. But now let's have a look on the board. Star of the show are mussels. We need some eggs for the steamed eggs. You can hear that in the name. To cook the mussels, we have some apple cider vinegar and some white wine. We need a little bit of salt, some chives that we'll chop for decoration, an onion and a garlic for when we steam the mussels. We have some chili oil and a bit of chive oil. Now, as always, if you want me to show you how I make my oils, leave a comment down below. We're also going to make some croutons, so we have some toast bread. But first we need to do a little bit of prep. Just the onion, the garlic, we'll chop up the chives. So I'll show you how we do that. And then we'll move over to the stove and steam the mussels there. Then we'll make the egg mix, put that in the steamer, and then we're pretty much good to serve. But let's start with the mise en place. So we'll start with our chives. We're just gonna chop them up finely. This is just to decorate, so as fine as you can. And we don't need too much of it. That's plenty. I'll just put that in the container here. Put that to the side for now. Now our onion and our garlic, we don't need to worry because we're gonna strain it out afterwards. So it's just to kind of flavor the mussels and the mussel stock that we're gonna use. Should just kind of roughly slice up the onion and the garlic. Then you can mix it in one bowl. That's done, now we only have the bread left. Now for our bread, you can use a bread knife, but I'm too lazy. Just get the edges off. And then we're going to have relatively small croutons. And we want to try to keep them as square as possible. So this size is what we're looking for. And we put them in a bowl as well, and we're going to fry them up so they're nice and golden and crunchy. But that's it for the prep. Obviously you kind of have to wash your mussels as well, but I didn't show that. Check that they're not broken or cracked. But now let's move over. Let's fry up our croutons and let's steam our mussels. So we start by melting some butter. I'm using salted butter, so you can actually see the salt here. Now we can put it in our bread already. Shake it a bit. You should stay with this because it can get burnt quite easily, and we want it ideally evenly browned. We don't want the croutons to dry out too much. Now we're almost there. That's perfect. Now we'll put them aside. I preheated the oven at 50 degrees just to keep some stuff warm, so we'll put them in the oven at 50 degrees. And now we continue with the mussels. For our mussels, we're using a pot with a clear lid, because like that you can cheat a bit. I'm using butter here as well. You can use oil if you want. And we'll put in our garlic and onions. Now we don't want these to color. We want them to go translucent and a bit soft and give off all their nice flavors. And you know that they're ready when you get this kind of wonderful smell of the garlic and the onions. I think it's one of my favorite smells. So we're good to put in our mussels. And on top of that, some white wine. And some of the apple cider vinegar. I would say about 80-20, 70-30, something like that. More wine than vinegar. And on goes our lid, and I will let them steam. Our mussels are ready. Now let's see if it steams up the whole camera, if I can show you. Yeah, I probably steamed it up, but that's what they look like. Now comes the job of picking them out of the shell. So we just get them open, pick them out one by one. Now if you wanted to eat just steamed mussels, this will be the ready product. But then I would suggest to add some more stuff, maybe some fennel, a bit of parsley, like some herbs like that. This is more for the steamed egg version that we're making. And you can use one of the shells to kind of pick out the other ones. These mussels are very small. My dog is getting hungry. But I try to leave the muscle of the mussel in the shell. And then this is, it's not hard work, but it takes a while. So I'll see you once this is done. As you can see, we managed to free our mussels from the shells. I'm going to put them in the oven at 50 degrees just to keep them warm together with the croutons. And then we'll continue with our mix for the steamed eggs. So now we want to strain the stock. Put that to the side there. Get our eggs in a bigger bowl. And we just beat these. Normally, these steamed eggs are either made with just water or a bit of kind of beef stock. But we're making them today with mussel stock. That's enough. Now we need to measure how much egg we have. So get something to measure in. And we're measuring the volume. So look on the side, 150 milliliters. And we need stock 1.5 times that. So we need 150 milliliters, 225 milliliters of stock. So this is the amount of stock we need. Whisk that in. That's perfect. We have 3 bowls. I'm making 3 portions. We have our strainer again. We're just going to strain it in here. And that's just to kind of get as little air as possible. Now you can see my eye measurement is not really good. So we need to add some of these 2 into this one. Easiest way. Just a ladle. And there we are, 3 equal portions. Now, I have a steamer there, so I'm going to steam them in there. If you don't, you can steam them in a bamboo basket as well. You need to steam them for between 15 and 17 minutes. I will start with 15 and check the consistency. So yeah, check after 15 minutes. I'm going to cover this with cling film, and then it goes in 15 minutes, and then I'll see you again. It's a little bit warm, but they're done. So let's, well, 2 of them are not for us, but let's put one here, put the other one to the side, and get our stuff we need to plate. But before we plate, if you stuck with me this far, there must have been something you enjoyed, as always. So do me the favor, hit that thumbs up button. It's really important for me to get the content out there for others who, like you, probably will enjoy it, can see it. So hit the thumbs up. We have everything we need to plate, and we start with our mussels. Now you can put as many or as few as you want, but obviously I really like mussels, so I'm going to put quite a bit. And to me, they're perfectly cooked. They're not rubbery at all, very nice and tender. I think that's enough of the mussels. Some of our croutons. This just adds a bit of texture, and it's quite nice. One more. And next, some chili oil. A bit of chive oil. And some of our chopped chives on top. And that's it. Now I admit it doesn't look as good as Frantzén's, but let's try it and see if it tastes as good. This is gonna be so good. I went for the small spoon. This is so much comfort in this dish. Taste-wise, I really like it. It's not exactly what Frantzén did, but it's very nice. Textures are great. The very kind of silky steamed eggs that taste nicely on mussels as well because of the stock, obviously. The tender mussels themselves. A bit of crunch from the croutons. And a bit of that heat from the chili oil. Together with the chives, perfect combination. Really nice comfort food. And yes, you know I love seafood, so this is the perfect dish for me. Now, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please support the channel, click the subscribe button, and check the bell icon. But that's it for this time. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye-bye.